All right, afternoon, Russell here. Decided day before Thanksgiving, great day to take the boys to the range. So we're gonna shoot a couple of my pistols, and then we're gonna move up to the long-range rifle range. I've got two rifles that I need to re-zero. One is because we just built it, and the other one is because I decided to put a new scope on it. I'm just loading some magazines up right now. Today we'll be shooting a 45 ACP and a 32 auto. Normally when I come to the range, I will always shoot my my HK VP9 and 9mm, but since 9mm balls getting very hard to find, I don't want to shoot through my stock just for the sake of shooting it. I have plenty of 45 to shoot up, so we're going to shoot some 45 and 32 today. Do a little training with the boys. As far as the pistols go, the 32 that we're going to shoot is an HK Model 4, single stack, single action only, 32 caliber pistol. They called this a Model 4 because you could get conversion kits for it for 22, 25, 32, and 380. Right now I have it configured for 32. I've also got the equipment to configure this in 22, but 32 is not that much more expensive than 22, and at least it's loaded with 32 with a round that is somewhat self-defense capable. Kind of an unusual pistol in that the way you release the slide is actually pull the trigger. So definitely a weapon you must make sure you don't have a magazine in or a round in the chamber. Very easy to disassemble this weapon. That's it as far as disassembly goes. This was the first pistol that Heckler & Koch actually made. If it looks kind of familiar for some of you, it was some of the bad guys in James Bond movies carried this. The German equivalent of transit police actually carried this as a service weapon. Good shooting little gun, and so we're gonna do some plinking with this, shooting some steel. And then the other pistol we're going to fire today is a 1911 frame. It's a Springfield Range Officer Compact. I bought this to be an EDC gun. And it works really well as an EDC gun. It's a very, very thin frame, even down to the grips are thinner. It conceals very well in a proper holster. It's still nice sight set on it. I really like this gun. It is one of my EDCs. My VP9 is obviously the other one. So this is what we're going to shoot today. We're going to move the camera while I finish loading up some magazines, and we'll get going. As I said before, shoot some 45 and shoot some 32. We've got a really nice range complex here where I can drive right up to the firing line. This is one of our multiplex bays. We've got steel hung, standard steel trap. Some steel flippy things, and down on the right I've got a Texas Star. We'll shoot some video of that. Just gonna get kind of warmed up a little bit, shoot a couple mags of 45, and we'll see how I feel. Not bad. See if I can get them all down in one row. That's better. Folks, please do not criticize me for my grip. I started shooting pistol at about 8-9 years old with a 38 snub-nose revolver. So I use a modified revolver grip, right? standard 1911 grip, which everybody has now gone forward and applied it to every semi-auto pistol, would be thumbs forward. But if you do thumbs forward with a revolver, you're going to end up blowing off your left thumb. So a revolver grip, you actually tuck your right thumb and cover it with the left, and it keeps the left thumb out of the way. I've been shooting pistols so long that way that even as a SWAT operator, when I tried to relearn how to shoot a little bit, it became too difficult, and I actually continued to shoot better the old way. So I don't use a thumb forward. I actually use a modified revolver grip, and it still works very well for me. And it actually works really well with striker-fired guns for certain reasons. The thumb forward grip that everybody uses, like this, if you thumb forward with a 1911, there's nothing here for your thumbs to catch on, right? So it ends up being a very safe, very good grip to use. But if you do this on a Glock or an HK or a Springfield, anything that's striker fired, usually what happens is the slide stop or slide release, it ends up sitting right under your left thumb. And what I found is about half the time for about half the shooters, that prevents the slide from staying locked back when you fire your last round. And so for those shooters, when I train them, if they have that problem, I'll teach them the modified revolver grip. The only difference as far as the grip goes is your follow-up shots won't be that 1/10 of a second faster. So honestly, it really doesn't make a difference. At the end of the day with shooting, it's whatever you're comfortable with, so long as your base practices are sound. I'm going to shoot one more mag here, and then we'll shoot the 32, and then we'll do some training with the youngins. Man. There's something very satisfying about shooting steel as opposed to paper, especially when you're shooting steel discs. Number one, it's about the size of a human head. We're shooting at 10 yards, and you've got the instant gratification of hearing it hit the steel and watching the steel fall. I don't come out shooting as often as I'd like, especially not right now with ammo shortages. Fortunately, over the years, I've stored up enough 45, because that was the primary round that I fired, that I could still come out and blow through a couple boxes every once in a while and not have it adversely affect my stockage. Shooting 9mm, I came out a couple weeks ago, fired one box just to kind of, yep, gun still works, yep, I'm still good. And that'll be it for 9mm for a while until the shortages end. I'm not having a problem finding 45 right now, and I'm not having a problem finding 32. So that's what we're going to shoot. Obviously, we'll go to 32. Obviously, 32 caliber. Let's do a comparison. 45, 230 grain ball. 32, 71 grain ball. 230 grain ball. Normally, I would say ball ammo is not a good defense round. With a 1911 frame pistol, this is what they were designed to shoot. This is what was used in 2 world wars, in Korea, in Vietnam. it is quite adequate as a defense round if this is all you can find. What I normally carry for a defense round on a 45 is a 230 grain Spear Gold Dot hollow points. With a 32, this is a very, very marginal, small round to be used as a self-defense round. If you do carry a 32 or a 380, which is also known as 9mm short, or as the Germans would say, 9mm Kurz. So a 380 or a 32 as a defense round, I recommend loading the heaviest ball ammo you can find. At the end of the day, you want some penetration. What we found with 32, specifically with 32, is jacketed hollow points generally don't make it through jackets, like clothing jackets, before they spall up. So 71 grain ball ammo, I wouldn't rely on it as a purely defense round, but at the same time, at the end of the day, your pistol as a defense round is nothing more than a gun to get you to a bigger gun, like a carbine or a shotgun. So we'll plink a little with the 32. Nice thing, I don't know if y'all saw that, nice thing with the HK pistol. When you insert a loaded magazine, it chambers around automatically for you. This round is only 71 grains and it's not moving very fast, so sometimes the plates won't fall. You'll hear it hit and then the plate will slowly fall over. It didn't chamber the round. Where'd it go? So, not a bad shooting little gun. It's unusual in that the mag release is a button on the bottom, so there is no quick reloading this firearm. And because of its age and rarity nowadays, the used market pricing for additional magazines is, we would like to say, beyond my pay grade. I wouldn't mind having a couple more magazines, but just finding one, much less paying for it, is prohibitive. So we'll shoot another mag out of this, and then I'll let my youngest do some shooting, and then we'll move up to the rifle range. Now once again, normally I wouldn't point the weapon this way, I'd be pointing downrange, but to show y'all how this works, firearm does have a mechanical safety, so we're on safe. Loaded magazine, weapons locked back. There is no slide release on the side of this firearm. Loaded mag goes in, weapon's ready to fire. Yep, didn't drop it. All right. We're going to go over, I'm going to shoot one round on the Texas Star so y'all can just see that on film. We're not going to time it. I don't have a timer with me. When I went through basic SWAT school, we shot the Texas Star with carbines or patrol rifles. My department, we issued UMP submachine guns. That's what we used. So I had to shoot the Texas Star from 50 yards with a submachine gun, and it was timed. It sucked. 10 yards with a pistol is much easier. So we're going to walk over there and do this. All right, so the Texas Star. The way this thing works, obviously, we've got targets hung on it. they will fall off as I shoot them, which changes the weight balance, so the thing will start to spin. So now you're firing at a moving target. So for a compact area to be shooting at, it still trains your eyes and your hands for tracking a moving target. It's a great training tool. Every time I come out here and shoot, I will unload, do at least 2 mags on the Texas Star, just to maintain that eye-hand coordination of movement. So. And I missed. So we'll hang it again. Now I intentionally fired on that in a certain order so that to limit its movement. That's kind of a demonstration on how we would do it when you're being timed for time. You'd shoot the top one first because then the target doesn't move at all, and then you start working your way down the right side. That limits the movement, how far it'll move. When I fire it on it this time, I'm going to shoot one of the bottom targets so we can get that thing spinning. I know I have one in the chamber and an empty mag, and I know I'm going to need it. So. Ears. Range is hot. Rest check. So that's the Texas Star. That's probably all the pistol I'm going to shoot today. I know we got to spend a lot of time up on the rifle range zeroing a couple rifles, but I'll shoot some video of me working with the boys here real quick. I won't talk. We'll just shoot some video of it. Should fill that.
Has been filling that.
Okay, and then squeeze. Good. 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 Nice. Tipped it. Hit it again. Take your time. This spring is a pain in the ass. Okay. Take this foot. Pull it. Square your body up to the target. That's good.
My head is itchy.
Okay. Come on. That's cool. Then how did it come out?
What? You just put it in?
Hold on, now I got it. Focus on the front sight post. I know it's tiny. You hit it. It's very, I mean, this surprise you. There you go. left eye?
Yes.
Okay.
One for me, guys.
There you go.
Yeah, that one fell.
There you go. Shoulder still bothering you?